I have no re-examination, thank you, lady.
Thank you very much. I'm sorry you had to come back.
No problem.
You may be excused.
Thank you.
Scoot Jesus, my lady, I then call Christian Josia Opperman Labuskachny. He is witness number 9 on the list of witnesses, my lady, and he will be testifying in English. My lady, if there is an issue, the witness is dressed in police uniform. He was only told this morning when he arrived at work that he has to be at court, my lady. He was actually coming back from leave.
Please state your full names for the record.
Christian Josia Opperman Labuskachny.
You swear that the evidence you will be giving in this court today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Please raise your right hand and say so help you.
So help me God.
Thank you, lady. Mr. Labuskachny, you are a member of the South African Police Service, is that correct?
That's correct.
What is your current rank?
I'm a Lieutenant Colonel.
And where are you stationed?
Currently, I am the Visible Coordinator for the cluster of Wynberg.
And in February 2018, where
I was a relief command at Wynberg's police station.
And on the 22nd of February 2018, were you on duty, Colonel?
That's correct.
Do you know the accused before court today?
I've seen him in the charge office on a specific day, yes.
Please tell the court under what circumstances did you see the accused in the charge office?
It was about 17:30 in the afternoon when I was approached by my data typist, Mrs. Kama, informing me there's a person that wants to open up or report a missing person.
Yes.
I left the office where I was busy with the administrative work and went to the counter. At the counter, Ms. Kama indicated to me the gentleman that wanted to open up the complaint. I approached him. He was sitting on one of the bar chairs behind the counter, relaxed, and, to me looked like relaxed, and was busy on his phone. I asked him if he was a person that wanted to report a missing person. He indicated to me yes, and I took him to a cubicle where we could talk more privately.
Yes. What discussion did you have with the accused?
I beg your pardon?
What discussion did you have with the accused?
We discussed, I asked him questions as to who do you want to report missing, and he indicated what is his wife. I asked him when the last time he saw her, and how did he become aware that she was missing. He indicated to me that the schoolmaster from the Springfield school down the road from Wynberg phoned him just after 9 o'clock to report that his wife did not report for work. So I asked him why, and now he said he was patrolling the areas on the routes between their house and the school to see if he couldn't find his wife.
And you also said you asked him about when was the last time he had seen her? What was his response to that?
That's correct. I asked him when was the last time he seen her. He said about 7 o'clock in the morning.
And so he told you that he was informed by the school that she didn't arrive for work? What further information did he give to you about the missing person?
He indicated to me that during the day he was traveling different routes between his house and the school to see if he could not find her standing next to the road or something, if he couldn't find where she was.
Were you able to assist the accused with filing a missing persons report?
Right. I inquired further where does he reside. He indicated to me Constantia. I inquired where in Constantia, and he indicated me, gave me street name, which I cannot remember now. But that I asked him where it was, and he said it was in the Druidrift area. And that specific area resides under the police of Deep River.
So what did you do when you...
I explained to him that I can take a case there, but that it's going to be the station itself and open up a case there.
What further information did you give to him, if any, regarding reporting the
I spaced for a simple reason. SAP is a form that must be completed for wanted persons, not for missing persons. There's sometimes confusion between the police officers that. I also informed him that they must tell the people that or tell the person at the police station that they must inform the detectives to come on board, especially standby detective, so that the search immediately can be effected for his wife. And I also told him that he must have his her ID number and a recent photo from her with him.
Did you refer him just to Deep River Police Station, or did you refer him to a specific person at Deep River Station?
I said to him, you can go to that is on duty there, they should know me, and I gave him on a piece of paper my particulars, Lieutenant Colonel Skafti, which I stamped him on there. He said, you can ask the people, they know me, and they will assist him when he gets there.
I'm sorry, I missed somewhere. At what station were you?
I am at Weinberg, sir, Your Honor.
Do you have knowledge, Colonel Labuschagne, of any so-called waiting period before a person can be reported as missing at the South African Police?
There is a misperception that there is a time limit which does not exist. You can report a missing person at any time.
How far is it from Weinberg Police Station, where you were speaking to the accused, to the Deep River Police Station, Captain?
I would say roughly about 3 or 4 kilos.
Was this the only conversation that you had with the accused, or did you have further
Just before he
conversations?
left, I asked him, before he leaves, I asked him some personal information, because that they're going to require from him from Gill Police Station as well.
And what did you ask him?
I asked him if he was aware of if his wife had an affair, because that's one of the first questions I would ask if I had to take it. And second, he immediately answered no. The second question,
Just a bit slower, Colonel.
I will do. The second question I asked him is if they had a fight or altercation. He kept quiet for a while and then said to me, yes, they had a fight the previous night, but by the time she left work, for work, it was all resolved.
You mentioned earlier, Colonel Labuschagne, that when you initially saw the accused sitting at the counter, thank you, that he looked relaxed to you.
Yes, that's the reason why I asked Mrs. Kama as to who was the person that wants to report a missing person, because the only people I saw behind the counter was in a very relaxed state.
And during the course of your conversation with the accused, up until the time that he left, did his demeanor change in any way, if at all?
He sounded very collected and very calm to me.
What time was this that was spoken?
Roughly about 17:30, ma'am.
And after your conversation with the accused, what did he do?
He left the police station, and that's the last time I had any conversation with him.
Thank you, Milady. I have no further questions.
Thank you, lady. Colonel, this was the first time that you had had any contact with the accused, is that right?
That's correct, sir.
So you wouldn't know how he looks in the normal course if he's relaxed or if he's slightly distressed or if he's agitated, not so.
In the 37 years as a police officer, I've dealt with quite a few people in this charge office, and I could reasonably make a recollection if a person was stressed. If a person sits still, plays on his cell phone, he doesn't look worried or fidgeting about, then I assume he is calm and collected, sir.
Well, what do you base your assumption or your conclusion that he was relaxed? What do you base it on? What did you see him do that gave you that impression?
My logic says to me, ma'am, if I had to, if my wife was missing, I wouldn't be sitting still and be relaxed. I would be agitated. I would want to be helped immediately. I wouldn't just sit still on the chair and wait to be helped.
So the fact that he was sitting still is the reason why you say he looked relaxed. Is that what you're telling the court?
So if you look at a person in sitting or sitting on a chair, you can see, I can believe you can see that he is either agitated or stressed or reasonably relaxed.
So the fact that he was sitting on a chair and that he was on his cell phone gave you the impression that he was relaxed. Is that your evidence, Colonel?
Ma'am, if a person sits and he is typing on a cell phone, let's say it's a WhatsApp or SMS, and there's fluent movements with the hands, yes, I would say he is reasonably relaxed, yes.
From the fluent movements of his hands, you drew that inference as well. Is that what you're saying?
That's what I said, yeah.
So if he was SMSing a family member, for example, you wouldn't know what the content of the SMS was?
No, I never saw the SMS, so we know the contents.
You see, there's been evidence from at least two state witnesses who say during the course of that day, he was very agitated and distressed. He was in fact weeping over the phone. But you don't know about that?
No.
At the time, was your office in the back office at Wynberg Police Station?
At that time, I was the relief commander, which means the charge office is my officer.
So were you sitting in the charge office? Or were you called by somebody from the charge office?
I was at the data capture at that stage.
Yes.
And then I went to the front of the CSC, and I could not determine who the person was that wanted to open up a missing person. So I asked my data typist to indicate to me who the person was.
So somebody came to fetch you to say somebody wishes to lay a missing person complaint. Is that what you're saying?
Fetch in a way, yes, because they were still in the charge office, although I was not at the front desk.
See, because I understand from the accused that when he arrived there, the first person who he dealt with was a female constable at the front desk who he said he wished to report a missing person. Could that be the case?
The person I mentioned was Mrs. Kalma. She is a female, yes. Constable, no, she's a data typist.
She's a data typist.
That's correct. She was not in uniform.
And he was told that he could only report a missing person after 24 hours. In other words, the next morning. Those are my instructions.
So if that were your instructions, I cannot answer that because my people are informed that immediately, according to national instructions, the missing person must, the dossier must be opened immediately.
I see. And is there any particular reason why a data typist was manning the front desk of Wynberg Police Station or in the charge office?
Was not manning the front desk. She's one of those type of persons that will come. When she go past the counter and there's persons at the counter who ask if they can assist her with somehow.
I see. I take an instruction, my lady.
No re-examination, thank you, Milady. Milady, those are all witnesses I have for today. It is 6 witnesses done. May I ask that the matter stand down until tomorrow at 10 o'clock?
We have no objection.